जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा, जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा, जय सुर नर वंदिता जाम्बुवंत सेविता, जय सुर नर वंदिता जाम्बुवंत सेविता, जय 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 राघवा जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम, जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम, जानकी कांत राम, जानकी कांत राम, जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम, जनन मरण वर्जिता जनकपुर विराजिता, जनन मरण वर्जिता जनकपुर विराजिता, जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा, जय 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 राघवा जानकी वल्लभा, जानकी वल्लभा, जानकी वल्लभा। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ। क्या गए नीचे? अरे बाप रे, टूट गए। एक मिनट को अरे कोई दिक्कत नहीं, खाली रविराज दिक्कत नहीं, अभी दिख रहे, चलो दिख रहे, मेरे इसमें प्रॉब्लम रहेगा।
So before we start, we can tell them, our group members, know that on 8th we are having the.
नहीं, वो बाद में बोलेंगे, शुरू होगा बराबर ना।
Okay sir.
टेम्पो जाता है ना। Yes, जब बंदा प्रेस, we'll start with the main topic first. See, they say that first 20 minutes what we grasp is all that we grasp in the entire study group. उसमें बाकी टाइम पास नहीं करना, so straight to the point. Okay. Anyway, see, for last time we discussed what the confusion Arjuna disease. That is all we are looking, and then we correlated it with our own personal lives, right? And how once you start going on the wrong track, and how your justification process starts, and you start to justify whatever you have done in a exam systematic way. I know why did I tell, why I spoke like that, because ABC CD are the reasons, and according to Dharma Shastra will give the reasons, that what this happened, same thing Arjuna is doing here. And here what Krishna is doing, Krishna is just sitting and looking at him and smiling. He is not giving any reactions. He is neither smiling, he is neither saying yes nor saying no. He is just looking at him and smiling. बाबा तेरा होने दो, सब बात करके देखेंगे बाद में. Okay. Now we are on the 43rd verse, na Ravi? Ravi, 43rd, na? Bolo and read somebody. Archana, you have a book?
Yes, I have.
Archana will read. Archana, you only chant then. You can chant,
Okay sir, I'll do.
दोषैरेतैः
दोषैरैतैः कुलज्ञानां वर्णसङ्करकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः. By these evil deeds of the destroyers of the family, which cause confusion of castes, the eternal religious rights of the caste and the family are destroyed. What was said in the discourse upon the last stanza will become amply clear by this statement of Arjuna. Here also he bemoans that as a result of the civil war, the religious traditions of the family will be lost. And when he says so, as I have said earlier, if we understand religion as a spiritual culture of India, the training for which was primarily given in the individual homes, then the stanza becomes self explanatory. We also know that after a war, there is a sudden cracking up of the existing cultural values in any society. Our modern world, panting and sighing under the burden of its own immoralities and deceits, is an example of how war brings about not only disabled men with amputated limbs, but also deeper ulcers and uglier deformities in their mental makeup. In these words, we can detect in Arjuna almost the world's first conscientious objector to war. In these passages, he offers a splendid series of pacifist arguments good for all times.
अश्विनी जी आपका आवाज आ रहा है, आवाज म्यूट करो। अश्विनी जी, हाँ, see, now what happens is, he here, it's like, after British, you know, what seized India, what happened? The first thing was happened. All their cultural and religious and ethical and morals values were the first things which are destroyed. Our education system, our culture, they immediately everything. So this is what once the war comes, what happens is not only disabled men with amputated limbs, but also deeper ulcers, regular deformities in their mental makeup. The slave mentality came to in this thing. Yes, sir. You are obedient. You are truly obedient servant. What happened automatically? It is not still yet gone. If you say white people, you automatically think they are superior to us. अरे वो अमेरिका का है वो my son is going to London, my son is going to US, I'm going to there. That misapprehension, misconception is there. Going to for job or earning money is okay, but to have a inferiority complex that because they're white and black only for the skin color has come due to this all this thing which last 200 years what happened. Similarly, therefore, Arjuna says what if there is a war by these evil deeds of distress to the family which cause confusion of caste, their eternal religious rights of caste and families are destroyed. Everything will be destroyed. So in the bracket, what he wanted to say, Krishna just tell don't go for war. That's what I want. And therefore, he's trying all possible. How he's like a small child, how the small child tries to pacify the mother. I know आप मुझे देंगे नहीं ना मेरे से पढ़ा नहीं होगा, फिर पढ़ा नहीं होगा तो आपको खराब लगेंगे ना, तो इसीलिए ना मेरे को अब आप मोबाइल लाके दो, फिर मोबाइल पे देख के मैं पढ़ूंगा, तो आपको ही अच्छा ना, फिर मैं डैडी और आप खुश हो जाएंगे, देखो हम आप बाकी कुछ देखने वाला नहीं, खाली मोबाइल में देखो, मोबाइल में कुछ रहता है क्या, यूट्यूब देखेगा, ये करेगा, खत्म हो। ही ट्राइज इन एन नंबर ऑफ वेज to convince his parents. Similarly, Arjun is like a small child now, which is mental makeup. He's gone in that cocoon of what you say negativity, and therefore in his own way he's try to pacify Krishna. Okay, continue.
I'll continue.
Yeah, sure.
उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनुशुश्रु भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुम We have heard, O Janardana, that it is inevitable for those men in whose families the religious practices have been destroyed to dwell in hell for an unknown period of time. Krishna still refuses to speak. Arjuna has come to a point where he can neither stop talking nor find any more arguments. Strangely, compelling is the grace of the Lord's dignified silence. Here in the stanza, Arjuna almost concludes his arguments and mentions the tradition which he had heard that men whose family religion has broken down will go to hell. But on the other hand, when we understand the statement in all its scientific implications, even the worst of us will feel the immediate urgency for revolutionizing our point of view. We have already seen that the family dharma means, in the context of our times, only the cultural purity in the family, which is the unit of the community. We also found that since their culture is essentially spiritual, to the Hindus, religion is culture. So Arjuna implies that when the unity of home life is shattered, and when purity of life and sanctity of thought are destroyed in the individual home life, the generation that caused such a shattering is ordering for itself and for others a melancholy era of hellish sorrows and sufferings.
Hmm. Continuation is the same thing, trying to justify why not to go for war. Hmm. This paragraph is self-evident. तो कुछ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है कि नहीं? Anyone has to say anything, you can add. Otherwise, uh,
of culture. When
uh,
suddenly they are no more, that practice also stops.
yes.
So, like even our mission programs, like now we're looking for that 8th May program, and we're finding
Yes.
difficult to get people. So there was a
Yes.
time when those people used to do it. Until they were there, the programs used to happen smoothly.
Arey, when you are very young at Boyset, we had 500 people at that time.
Hmm.
500, and from here we used to go to Chinsat for third August
Ah.
or Guru Purnima. So Guru Purnima they used to come,
Hmm.
and 8th May we used to go there. Something. No, Tapun Jayanti we used to go there. There were 400 people, 300, 400 people. Entire hall was full, and everyone else. Those see what change is inevitable in life.
Hmm. Nay, I'm just coming to the point that how that practice stops.
Yeah,
If those people are no more, or if that person has now moved to something else, then
yeah,
whatever was followed. So the other way is also to keep continuing to do that, even if people change, even if next batch of people come.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
It will go on. It will go on. What to do? हाँ, और कुछ है इसमें? He's just trying to say that see what now everyone knows this. Who doesn't know it? If there is a war, great war, but people's homes will be shattered. There will be sorrow everywhere, and there will be what? Now we are on the verge of a war. I don't know whether it will be or there. I'm not a astrologer, but we are on the verge of. Then what will happen? Then the people will become homeless, and then there will be what not, and so what is that? Economy will be come to a standstill. सब है लेकिन when we are going for a war there is some purpose. You see, Arjuna forgets one thing. He is fighting for dharma and adharma. The war is between dharma and adharma. It is not between Arjuna and Duryodhana to prove their egos. It is a war that when you forget the basic purpose of your doing something, then you get lost in the middle. Everyone should know what is the exact purpose for which I am doing anything. है ना? So for example, we are taking a study group. Why are we here? Time pass? No. So that we can learn something, and by learning something, let us take some good points which will in turn help us to be internally pure. See, all sadhanas, maybe Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, all religions, all scriptures, all modes of worship, whatever you do, they are only meant for purification of your own heart. Get that clear in your mind. Therefore, to go and dig everywhere. I go to art of living also. I go to art of man painting also, and I go to this also. Some other organization also, Brahma Kumari, and what you get. See, Gurudev always used to say that digging at 40 places will not give you water, but digging at one place 40 feet will immediately give you water. है ना? Archana बोलते. Archana, you want to say something?
No, sir, no, sir.
नहीं, this thing is square में आ गया. Anyway. So if you remember this basic purpose, na, so then Arjun has verily forgotten the very purpose for why he is on the battlefield. He thinks that I am going to kill them. Here you are trying to be in a historic war in which the war is between dharma and adharma, righteousness and I don't know the opposite, unrighteousness. And that is trying to once if you righteousness Dharma, it will come eventually, but let us stick to this one. That's it. Okay. हम्म, अभी कौन दूसरा कौन पढ़ सकता है? This you got a book?
No, not yet. I went to the mission and they were closed or something, so I couldn't. I still
Okay,
haven't got a
fine,
book.
fine,
Yeah.
fine. And राजू पढ़ो, राजू के पास बुक है.
रवि वो मंत्र ये पढ़ना श्लोका पढ़ना.
पढ़ेगा. One minute, one minute. Very good, Raju told Ravi to chant it. It is the same case with all of us. I request Ravi to put the first chapter, Brahmananda's thing on the group. And let us chant it together at least 1 month so that it comes and we will let Archana said, by the time we finish the Gita, we should also add the Gita. You put it, I will chant it as far as possible regularly. Brahmananda का रहता है ना first chapter का. मेरे को भी नहीं, I mean, even I am finding it difficult. Raju, good. You told us. What?
Alas, we are involved in a great sin, in that we are prepared to kill our kinsmen from greed for the pleasures of the kingdom. Though pitiable, it is indeed pleasantly ludicrous to watch Arjuna's intellectual exhaustion and emotional weariness as expressed in this verse. In his effeminate lack of self confidence, here he bemoans, alas, we are involved, etc. These words clearly show that instead of becoming a master of the situation, Arjuna is now a victim of it. He has not the virile confidence that he is the master of the circumstances, and therefore, with a creeping sense of growing inner cowardice, he feels almost helplessly persecuted. This unhealthy mental weakness drains off his heroism, and he desperately tries to put a paper crown upon his cowardice, to make it look divine and angelic, and to parade it as pity. Thus, he deliberately misconstrues the very aim of the war and imputes a low motive to the righteous cause simply because he wants to justify his pacifist idea, which does not instinctively gurgle out from his known strength, but which oozes out from his ulcerated mind.
See, it's all the play of the mind, huh? Everything. And therefore, he becomes what happens that instead of becoming master of the situation, Arjuna has become the victim. He has lost his confidence. हाथ पैर थरथरने लगे काय करता येत नाही मला आता काय करू I don't know what to do. And I read somebody somewhere and yesterday also came across some person. Somebody says in that paragraph that those people who after certain age says that whenever I was young I could do this and now I cannot do this. They are the victims of their own negative thoughts. Yesterday, one person had come. His father died at the age of 97, and till the age of 85, his father used to play tennis. And then all his partners died. So then he started playing table tennis. And every 2 hours he used to play table tennis at the age of 95. And he's not not only known for playing, but he was a staunch follower of RSS, in which they used to go and distribute books, then toys, then clothes to all the Vanavasi Adivasis in that area. They were from Solapur, in that Solapur area. So when he says my father was so busy, he said I don't have any time to look also. So it is so beautiful that we should be able to keep ourselves busy and do not get bogged down by our own mental weaknesses. मेरे कुछ होता नहीं यार अभी पहले जैसा नहीं रहा तो you're gone. When you have the self confidence is the first key to success. मला येतं काय येत नाहीये I can do it. Why can't I do it? जास्तीत जास्त काय होईल पण हात पाय दुखतील. Why you don't? Why you get scared of doing exercises? Surya Namaskar. From tomorrow, everyone put do 21 Surya Namaskar. Oh, हात दुखायला लागले म्हणजे दुखलं दुखी दे ना. बी मेंटली स्ट्रॉंग आय विल डू इट. बरं 21 ते 11 तरी घाला. बरं तुम्ही सूर्यनमस्कार घातले माझी शक्ती नाही वाढणार आहे. की किती 312 लोकांनी सूर्यनमस्कार घातलाय की तुषारची शक्ती वाढली. तुमचंच चांगलं होणार आहे ना. Gurudev used to be, damn assertive on health. You have to do your keep your body fit and healthy. काय झालं तरी. त्याच्यामुळे then once that one starts things starts creeping up, it becomes difficult later. Anyway, but this because of this negative whims and fancies of minds of Arjuna, what happens is that thus he deliberately misconstrues the very aim of the war and imputes a low motive to the righteous war because he wants to justify his pacifist idea. है ना? मला मला जेव्हा I want to prove myself right, then you stoop to any level. है की नहीं? अभी this war, people in where these people died, है ना? किधर पहलगाम में. There were some people from the opposition who said that Modi has done BJP has done deliberately so that they can increase their votes in the BR election. How stupid it is! You can stoop to such a lower level if all the negativities are in your mind. म्हणून first thing is that what I think, what I do, let there be a purpose for it. का करतो मोटिव्ह? What is the motive I am doing it? करतोय हेतू काय आहे? ओके, कंटिन्यू. रीड रवि. अच्छा ये रीड रवि श्लोक बोल, राजू पढ़ेगा.
यदि माम प्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शं एक मिनट
Shastrapanaya.
हाँ यदि माम प्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्यु तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्.
If the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, slay me in the battle, unresistingly and unarmed, that would be better for me. Here Arjuna declares his final opinion that, under the circumstances narrated during the long drawn limping arguments, it is better for him to die in battle unresistingly and unarmed, even if the Kauravas were to shoot him down like a hunted deer with a dozen arrows piercing his royal body. The word that Arjuna uses here is particularly to be noted. The texture of the word used is, in itself, a great commentary upon the thought in the mind of the one who has made the statement. Kshema is the material and physical victory, while moksha is the spiritual self mastery. Though Arjuna's argument were all laboring hard to paint the idea that to have fought that war was against the spiritual culture of the country, moksha, he himself states in his conclusions that not to fight this war would be a material blessing, Shema, in as much as an escape from the battlefield now is to gain perhaps sure physical security. In short, anxiety for the fruit of his action, victory in battle, demoralized Arjuna and he got himself into an anxiety state neurosis.
हम्म. आता काय म्हटलं, लास्ट वेपन इज यूज नो, लास्ट. त्याच्यानंतर नो वेपन. आय एम फायनली टेलिंग यू ना, इफ यू डोंट लिसन टू मी आय विल कमिट सुसाइड. म्हणतो ना आपण, लाईक दॅट इज टेलिंग. ते सेम आहे, फक्त इट इज बिंग भगवद्गीता इट इज quoted nicely. If the sons of charge weapons in their hands, slay me in the battle, unresisting and unarmed, that would be better for me. Meaning what? I'm ready for even laying down my life, or but I will not fight. So people will tell me how great I am. Arjuna laid his life but didn't kill his near and dear ones. मग असं होईल, है ना? आणि या या हा बस स्वार्थ आहे. स्वार्थ एकदम आला कधी येतं ना. बघ तुम्हाला एक गंमत सांगतो आयुष्यात. द मोमेंट यू थिंक दॅट यू आर डुईंग वेल ना, द सेकंड मोमेंट गॉड विल पुल यू डाऊन. ती माया अशी असते ना, ते कधी तुम्हाला काय करायला लावेल देवाला माहिती. आत्ता सगळं चांगलं चाललं असतं आणि कुठेतरी ते पिन टोचेल. पिन टोचेल म्हणजे काहीतरी होईल. पण तो देव सारखा तुम्हाला दाखवतोय की You see, you are काही झालं तरी you are human and your powers are limited. आणि I am the boss. The boss of the boss, office with boss, the boss, कसं असतं? I am the boss, you should listen to me. Same thing God, the Lord is saying. I am the boss, Maya is in my hand. ते माया कधी तुम्हाला फक्त ईश्वराचे जे भक्त असतात, the devotees which are there to catch hold of the feet of the Lord firmly, to them the Maya doesn't touch. पण ईश्वराचं मागच्या आपल्या ॲट द बॅक ऑफ द माइंड आपलं नामस्मरण चालू ठेवा. वॉट एव्हर द सिच्युएशन, देर इज नथिंग इम्पॉसिबल इन द वर्ल्ड. With the means already, the end must come. You go on doing, you think it is impossible, then if you pray sincere to the Lord, add little to Gurudev, one letter. In that he said, same thing what I said. There is nothing impossible. With deep meditation, you can achieve miracles. Go deeper and deeper, think. कोणाला त्रास होतोय शरीराला? शरीर म्हणजे मी आहे का? नाही. लोक मला काल इतकी वाईट बोलली ना, यू डोंट नो सर, मेरे को इतना गंदा गंदा बात किया. क्या क्या किसको बोला? तेरे को. So what they said? They said XYZ, they abused me. So what happened? नाही, they hurt me. Hurt whom? रमण महर्षीकडे कोण आलं ना, he used to go then to that depth. That fellow was criticizing whom? Said me. Who are you? That I am this body. He criticized. No. He criticized my personality. What is your personality? I used to go deeper and your mind, thoughts, character. What is it? And at this last point, it would be such that the person had no answer and you to accept. And used to be convinced, अरे कुछ हुआ नेचर हो जाएंगे. तसं आपण आपल्याला विचारायला पाहिजे, कोणाचा अपमान झाला, कुठे त्रास झाला, काय झालं, कोणाला होतोय, का होतोय. आणि इथे काय होतं, त्याचं उलट झालं इथे. आणि here he's trying to, माझं, I have come for the battlefield and my name will get spoiled, so better not fight. माझा, if some people come and kill me also, it's okay. And same thing happens with us also. आपण आपलं नाव वाचवायला जातो. लोकांनी म्हणजे बुरा नाही म्हणून बोलणं चाहिए. काय म्हणते ते खरं असतं, बोलायला काय हरकत आहे. तर मी 1000 वेळा रामकृष्ण परमहंसाची गोष्ट सांगतो. विवेकानंद चालले होते, ते म्हणाले काय की आपले गुरु नाहीये, ते शांत बसले. गाडीत चालले होते, ह्याच्यात ट्रेन मधनं चालले होते. तर what, he was going in a train and there were people speaking that Ramkrishna Paramahansa is a rogue, he doesn't know anything. This is all, he tries to fool the people. Vivekananda was sitting there, he just looked at them and looked out of the window. And then he came and told this Guruji, Swami Ramkrishna, बोले आपके ठाकुर जी आपके बारे में लोग ऐसे बोले तो मैंने कुछ ध्यान ही नहीं दिया. बोले वो पागल इंसान है, ये देर और इग्नोरेंट, अज्ञानी है, जीव है, वो जो बोलते क्या करने का. तो उन्होंने क्या बोलता, मैं वैसा है क्या? उन्हें आपने वैसे, फिर आपको इतना तो बात कर सकते थे, मैं वैसा नहीं हूँ. Looking at your, merely looking at your attire, your aura, and on your face, at least out of 15 people, 5 people would have been convinced that his guru is not like that. You kept quiet. And then similarly, one other person came to him, and he said, I was coming in the boat, a hefty fellow, 6 feet, 6.5 feet tall. He said, people are speaking ill about you. I just stood in the boat and said, who is then? You speak one word against my guru and I will sink the boat. डुबो दूंगा बोट को. सब डर गए, बोले नहीं आपके गुरु बहुत अच्छे, आपके गुरु बहुत अच्छे. तो वो उन्होंने उसको बोला कि आपने ऐसा बोल के उनको डरा कि मेरे बारे में क्यों बताया, है ना. आप खाली बोलते थे उनको क्या मेरे गुरु ऐसे नहीं है, आप मेरे गुरु ने, आपको देख के उनको समझ में आता था ना, है ना. Why do you have to threaten them? Both ways is saying that at least when we are in this world, at least have the courage to speak the truth and courage to speak the line which you are convinced of. आपण काय करतो, कोण काय म्हणून आपण बोलतच नाही, असं होतं कधी कधी. लास्ट टाइम आहे सपोज सुहासिनी अनुकडे आहे का पुस्तक? नहीं है. दिव्या क्या पास है क्या? यू गॉट अ बुक अनु? वेरी गुड. सर ये कौन रवि पढ़ वो संजय वाचे लास्ट टाइम.
च एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रतोपस्थ उपाविशत विसृज्य सशरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः.
Sanjaya said, having thus spoken in the midst of the battlefield, Arjuna sat down on the seat of his chariot, casting away his bow and arrow, with a mind distressed with sorrow. The concluding stanza of this chapter contains the words of Sanjaya, in which he gave the running commentary of what he saw on the battlefield. Exhausted by his very arguments, Arjuna, completely shattered within, sank back on the flagstaff in open chariot, throwing down his kingly weapons. This is the scene at which we shall leave Arjuna in first chapter of the Gita.
Thus, Om Tatsadiति Srimad-Bhagavad-Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma-Vidyayam Yoga-Shastre Shri-Krishna-Arjuna-Samvade Arjuna-Vishada-Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayah Sarva-Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarva-Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Mansushah. Thus in the Upanishad of the glorious Bhagavad Gita, read that also.
Okay. Thus, in the Upanishads of the glorious Bhagavad Gita, in the science of the eternal, in the scripture of yoga, in the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, the first discourse ends titled "The Yoga of the Arjuna Grief."
Arjuna
In the
Vishad.
scriptural textbooks of
बस
ancient
बस बस
times,
बस 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 बस
okay.
तो आगे का आप घर पे पढ़ो. Now what happened? Having thus spoken in the midst of the battlefield, Arjuna sat down in the seat of chariot, casting out his bow and arrow with a mind distressed with sorrow. All the pictures, even the DP which is there, I don't know whether it is there or the same wing or a fighting guy. Look up. फाइटिंग क्या है कह रहे? हाँ इस देर से देखो डीपी भी वही है, देश का ही है. तो वही है की सो इतकं गलित गात्र झालं त्याला म्हणतात मराठीमध्ये. तो टायर्ड, सो नेगेटिव्ह नेगेटिव्हिटी हॅज टोटली एनगल्फ्ड हिम. काय करायचं माहित नाही, हातपाय थरथरायला लागले. होतं ना कधी आपापलं आपलं पण कधी कधी काय काय आपलं काय इन सम स्टेजेस वी आर हेल्पलेस, डोंट नो व्हॉट टू डू. हो की नाही? मग असं झालेलं त्याची अवस्था. And sank back on the flagstaff, throwing on it down his kingly weapons. Thus, in this scene, we shall have Arjuna living the first chapter of Gita. This is what now this is being told by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra. मग धृतराष्ट्र खुश झाला. अरे वा, आता होणार नाही युद्ध बहुतेक. पण त्याच्याबद्दल माहित नाही कृष्णमध्ये wherever the Lord is there, his way of is different.
संजयनी हे 10 दिवसांनी सांगितलंय
हा
धृतराष्ट्राला.
हा
युद्ध ऑलरेडी सुरू झालं होतं.
अच्छा नेक्स्ट आता याच्यात काय बोलायचं बोला. नेक्स्ट 3 पेजेस ना इज द इंट्रोडक्शन टू द भगवत गीता. ओके हाँ, you all go through it. If you want, you can read it. Either way, आपको पढ़ने का तो you can go through it. We have got time. पढ़ने का है क्या? पढ़ो फिर. धनलक्ष्मी, you got book award.
I will read.
You have got book, Dhanalakshmi? Yeah, you don't have. Ramakant read.
In the scriptural textbooks of ancient times, the end of the chapter was indicated by some sign or symbol. In modern day, this is not necessary in as much as we have the passage just in print before us, and we can see that once one section or chapter has ended and another has begun. Even here, the priorities have to mark the end of one chapter and The printers have to mark the end of one chapter and by a separate title indicate the beginning of the next. In olden days, it was much more difficult since books were not printed and each student got during his studies a new edition of the scripture printed on the memory slabs of his own mind. Since scripture study was in those days from mouth to mouth, the students had to memorize whole textbooks and chant them daily. In such a case, it was necessary to have some word or words to inform both the reciter and the listeners as to the ending of a section and the fresh beginning of another. This was done by some conventional symbol. In the Upanishads, the accepted method was to recite the last mantra or the concluding portion of the last mantra of the chapter twice. In the Gita, however, we have the repetition of a statement which may be considered as an epilogue. In Sanskrit called a Sankalpa Vakya.
Hmm.
The same Sankalpa is repeated at the end of each chapter. The difference being only that at the end of each chapter, the chapter number is mentioned along with the special title of that chapter.
Here it is Arjun
The
Vishade.
Gita, uh, the Gita Sankalpa Vakya epilogue is a beautiful statement of pregnant words conveying a wealth of details regarding the very textbook. Srimad Bhagavad Gita has been considered here as an Upanishad. Nay, each chapter in the Gita is considered as an Upanishad. And among the 18 Upanishads together constituting the divine song, we here end the first of them entitled The Yoga of Arjuna's Respondency. These chapters are called Upanishads because these are declarations concealing such deep significances that a hasty reader will miss their full import unless he does long and intense meditation over the wealth of suggestive meaning that lies concealed behind the simple looking stanzas. As in the Upanishads, here also we need the help of a sympathetic teacher who can train us in the art of opening the 700 lockers in the treasure chamber of the Gita.
Hmm. See,
Upan,
on
uh,
one stanza, there have been hundreds of pages written as a commentary. It's the inner significance, the inner meaning. आता you just take ज्ञानेश्वरी the translation of Bhagavad Gita. 18,000 ओव्या आहेत. 700 श्लोकांची 18,000 ओव्या माऊलींनी दिले. कधी वेळ मिळाला ना आपलं भगवद्गीता आपलं हे करता करता इफ यू गॉट ज्ञान इफ यू कॅन जस्ट गो टू ज्ञानेश्वरी ना इट विल बी ग्रेट. Everything is covered. Bhakti, Jnana, Raj Yoga, Karma Yoga, what not is clear. Kriya Yoga, जप कसं करायचं, मेडिटेशन करायचं कसं करायचं, सगळं दिलं त्यांनी. ज्ञानेश्वरी खूप भगवंतानेच दिलेला ग्रंथ असं ते म्हणतात. At the age of 16, imagine, what do you do at the age of 16? हे तसंच आहे की everything is so, that's what Gurudev is saying. Each stanza or each line has become, see, the history will miss their full import unless he does long and intense meditation of the over the wealth of suggestive meaning that lies concealed behind the simple looking stanzas. है ना? आता हे कसं आहे आणि तितकं छान म्हटलं की there is no need of going to the Upanishad. This itself is Upanishad. उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायाम योग ब्रह्मविद्या पण आहे, उपनिषद पण आहे. गीता एकदा गीता समजली ना तुम्हाला की इट इज अ you can say a summary of all the Upanishads. Take any Upanishad, you will have the thing mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Anyone has tell anything? Continue. मला काय म्हणायचंय का? आता हा शेवटचा आठवड्याभर काय बोलता येणार नाही तुम्हाला. पुढच्या आठवड्यापासून तुम्हालाच बोलायचंय. Continue. Acha, before I continue, as Archana was saying, we are having the Gurudev's 75th birthday celebration in Ganesh Hall near Karve Road. We'll post it on the group also. But all who are there in Pune, Raju, Viju, Suhasini, Anu, Nishkala, all are welcome. Okay. Those who can come, please come. Ramakant, remember. You know Ganesh Hall, Ramakant?
Where is it exactly?
It is near the nurse stop.
Not
Okay,
near
I'll
stop.
find out.
Sonal
Sanket.
Hall. Near Sonal Hall.
Sonal, I know.
You know that कुठलं ते स्वामी हॉटेल कलिंगा
Parallel road, I think.
हा same lane from Karve
Okay,
Road
okay.
to that Sanjeevani Hospital in that lane
I
only.
know that road.
Yeah.
We
Right.
are putting the
What time
loop
it is?
7 to 8:30. I purposely put it at 7 because those who are
6:30
with
to
the
7.
working day, no,
6:30 to 8.
everyone can come.
Okay, I'll come.
Yeah. Archana is coming. Actually, tomorrow, Archana, Divya, Ravi, we are having a bhajan practice at 4 o'clock at my place. Okay.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. अजून काय अजून काय सांगायचंय का नाही ना Archana, anything you have to add subtract
No, sir. No, sir.
continue then
Upanishad is.
हाँ,
I'll continue, na?
yeah sure
Hmm. Upanishad is a word indicating a literature that is to be studied by sitting
Shada
near Shada, near, that is Upu, a teacher, in a spirit of receptive meekness and surrender. Me. The contents of the scriptural textbooks are all over the world always the same. They teach us that there is a changing reality behind the ever changing phenomenal world of perceptions, feelings, and understanding. This great Advaitic truth, as declared in the Hindu scriptural textbooks, is termed the Brahman, and therefore the textbook that teaches us the nature of Brahman and shows us the means of realizing it is called the Brahman knowledge, that is Brahma Vidya.
hmm. है ना
Unlike
see
Western,
wait one minute one we'll discuss one word Upanishad means Shad means sitting Upa means near a teacher in a spirit of receptive meekness and surrender ni and that is most important when you sit at the go to a guru and sit at his feet then only you can get knowledge no आपको लगेगा आप उससे शाणा है मला त्यापेक्षा जास्ती कळतं well you will not be able to grasp it. This is not to be followed by tarka logic. It is beyond logic. The Brahman, which is described further, and therefore the spirit of surrender is required. आपण गुरुकडे गेलो की साष्टांग नमस्कार घालतो की नाही देवाकडे गेलो की साष्टांग नमस्कार घालतो साष्टांग नमस्कारचा अर्थ काय साष्टांग किती 8 अंग आहे आपले ते सगळे आपण त्या ईश्वराला अर्पण करतो ज्यावेळेला आपण डोकं टेकवतो त्यावेळेला माझी बुद्धी देवा तुला मी अर्पण करतोय ज्यावेळेला माझी छाती टेकवतो जमिनीवर त्यावेळेला माझं सगळं भावना आणि भाव मला तुझ्याकडे तुझ्या चरणावर मी अर्पित करतोय दोन्ही हात जेव्हा ठेवतो तेव्हा माझे कर्मेंद्रिय माझी सगळी तुझ्याकडे आहेत 1 2 3 1 2 4 झाले नंतर दोन्ही पाय ह्याच्यात पोट जेव्हा लागतं पोट आणि पाय त्यावेळेला तुम्ही काय करताय की तुम्ही जे कार्य करणार असेल ते ईश्वरा माझ्याकडनं काय होते तुम्हीच करून घेणार आहे आणि ज्यावेळेला असं पूर्ण तुम्ही त्याच्याकडे समोर लोटांकडे घालता नाक घालता त्यावर म्हणतात ईश्वर तूच आहेस आणि असे जेव्हा वेन यू बॉडी माइंड इंटेलेक्ट व्हॉट यू से कर्म ज्ञान भक्ती यू डेडिकेटेड स्पीड त्याला साष्टांग नमस्कार म्हटलं म्हणून आपण सद्गुरूंच्या केले गेलो की साष्टांग नमस्कार घालतो आम्हाला लाज वाटायची माहितीये का गुरुदेव असताना जे साऊथ इंडियन लोक होते ना चेन्नईचे वगैरे ते बिंदास यायचे आणि गुरुदेव साष्टांग नमस्कार घालायचे आम्ही कुठे नमस्कार आम्ही फक्त असं पायावर डोकं ठेवायचं गपचूप मग एक दिवस मी डेअरिंग केली पवईच्या आश्रमात चला साष्टांग नमस्कार नो वन वॉज देअर गुरुदेव वॉज देअर आय वॉज देअर शिवरामन वॉज देअर अँड वन ऑर 2 लेडीज होते सिंधी लेडीज होते अँड युअर सिटिंग मध्ये चेअर आय वेंट देअर से व्हॉट नाही नमस्कार करायचं करो मग and then full satsang namaskar kiya. And then he asked me, "What is your name?" I said, "Tushar." And then he repeated thrice, "Tushar, Tushar, Tushar." अब क्या होगा, तीनों तीन 3 बार बोला तो आय डोंट नो सिग्निफिकन्स, कुछ नाही हो गया. बट ते एकदा घातलं ते एक समाधान. आता आय केम टू दिस आर्टिकल जस्ट नाव, साष्टांग नमस्कार, त्यात मला समजलं की आपण घातलेल्या साष्टांग नमस्कारला आपण घातला होता माहित नव्हतं, पण आता माहिती झालं की का घालायचं. यू हॅव टू सरेंडर टोटली. म्हणून नमस्कार करताना ना, इन साऊथ इंडियन एस्पेशली तमिलियन, दे गो और इवन साऊथ इंडियन पीपल, दे प्रोस्टेट फुली टू द लॉर्ड. कसं करतात नमस्कार व्यवस्थित साष्टांग? वारकरी संप्रदायामध्ये पण करतात नमस्कार साष्टांग पूर्ण लोळून करतात की देवा सगळं तुझ्या चरणी अर्पण केलंय. आपण करताना असं, आपण आई वडिलांना नमस्कार करताना कसं करतो? सिनेमा सारखा खाली येतो, हे काय
बटन नमस्कार.
बटन नमस्कार काय? वो एक ने चुमा, ऐसा हाजी हाजी हो गया, ऐसा नमस्कार किया, ऐसे क्या, ऐसा क्या नमस्कार रहता है?
No, in the north side, I think only up to the knee they'll reach, and that too, either the left hand or the right hand. We don't
राईट
know
हँड,
which hand.
या या
Yeah.
या. ते काय नमस्कार आहे? कबड्डी खेळल्यासारखं हं? नमस्कार केला म्हणजे जो नमस्कार करतो त्याच्यावर उपकार केल्यासारखं. बाबा तुला नमस्कार करताना ये इकडे केल्या नमस्कार, आता बरोबर करायची नाही, असं आहे ते. आणि त्याच्या उलट त्याचा इट इज ऑपोजिट व्हॉट इज रिअली मेंट. And when you surrender at the feet of the Lord, you have to prostrate totally, not even keep iota of your I-ness with me, with yourself. अहंकार हा, आपण जेव्हा पोटापासून पूर्ण शरणांगत होतो तेव्हा पूर्ण अहंकार पण ईश्वराच्या चरणी समर्पण करतो. नाम तू, आय एम नॉट देअर, ओनली यू आर देअर, त्याला नमस्कार म्हटले. असं असं जे उपनिषदाचं वर्णन गुरुच्या संन्यास बसून साष्टांग सरेंडर जेव्हा होऊन मी ऐकतो त्यावेळेला काय होतं ते पुढे दिले की विच इज आफ्टर दॅट व्हॉट हॅपन्स इज द अद्वैतिक ट्रुथ ॲज डिक्लेअर्ड इन द हिंदू स्क्रिप्चर टेक्स्ट बुक्स टर्म्ड एज अ ब्रह्मन. Therefore, textbook that teaches the nature of Brahman and shows us the means of realizing is known as Brahmavidya. ही विद्या जी आहे ब्रह्मविद्या कुठे गुह्य येते, इट इज द सिक्रेट ऑफ ऑल सिक्रेट है ना. इथे गुह्य तमाम शास्त्र म्हटलंय, द सिक्रेट ऑफ ऑल शास्त्र इन द 15th चॅप्टर. इज अ सिक्रेट. ही हे जे आहे ना ब्रह्मविद्या, या गीतेद्वारे आपल्याला आपल्याला इट विल हेल्प अस टू गो नियर टू दॅट ट्रूथ अल्टिमेटली. But for that, you have to be regular. This is not a one-day exercise. It will take time. You have to be regular, and also you have to, as from next time onwards, this chapter will get over today. From next time onwards, 2 stanzas will take. Okay. पहिले काय श्री भगवान वाचे चालेल. 2 stanzas will take. Okay. संजय वाचे and then श्री भगवान वाचे, है ना. We'll see. Two stanzas will take. Or we will take three next time. Three will take. 3 होऊन जाईल. If you have got time, so not got time, then we'll continue as it is. We'll take. I will see next time. 3 stanzas. If you can come and discuss, and it goes not smoothly, we'll go that way. Otherwise, we'll continue as we are doing it. Okay. Continue. Who will read now? Divya, read.
Yes, sir.
Unlike Western philosophy.
Yes, sir. Unlike Western philosophy, among the Aryans, a theory is accepted as a philosophy only when the philosopher prescribes for us a practical technique by which all seekers can come to discover and experience for themselves the goal indicated in that philosophy. Thus, in all Hindu philosophies, there are two distinct sections. One explains the theory, and the other describing the technique of practice. The portion that explains the technique of living the philosophy and coming to a close subjective experience is called Yoga Shastra. The word yoga comes from the root yuj, to join. Any conscious attempt on the part of an individual to lift his present available personality and attune it to a higher perfect ideal is called yoga, and the science of yoga is called Yoga Shastra. Since in this epilogue the Gita is called a Yoga Shastra, we must expect to discover in the Song of the Lord not only airy philosophical expositions of a truth, too subtle for the ordinary man to grasp, but also instructions by which every one of us can hope to reach, step by step, the giddy heights of the divine pinnacles that stand externally swathed in the transcendental glory of absolute perfection.
What language here? Our Guru has told. See, we have all chanted the Gita. Everyone at Balwa child, we are chanting the Gita every time. But it's in so many now after this age also, I didn't know the explanation of the last thing. We just chanted mechanically. It is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, so Upanishad, so Brahma Vidya, Yoga Shastra, Purushottama Yoga now, Panchadasha Adhyaya, or whatever yoga, whatever Adhyaya. But then he's giving all the explanation of that also. So nice, na? Divya, what you understood
Yes,
by this?
the theme of philosophy and yoga
No,
cannot
no,
be very.
wait, no. I'm asking what you understood.
So what I understood is that this is a song that will connect you to the divine. Not only song, it has all the means that will connect you to divine only if you are willing to let go of yourself and your attachments.
Okay. And then what is Yoga Shastra? You only read it.
Anything that connects you to the higher. Yoga is yoking to the above. So anything that connects you to that and the science behind that connection is Yoga Shastra.
Right. Okay. Right. Continue.
The theme of philosophy and yoga cannot be very attractive to the ordinary man of the world because it is so scientific and it deals with imperceptible ideologies. Mathematics cannot be thrilling reading except for a mathematician. And mathematics can very well afford to ignore those who have no taste for it. But religion tries to serve all, and the anxiety of all prophets is to serve everyone in all generations. Thus, in order to tame a difficult theme and to contain it within the ambit of a textbook of universal acceptance, the teachers of olden times had to discover methods by which the subjective ideologies could be given an appealing look of substantial objectivity. This was done by giving a detailed picture of the teacher so that in our mental image he is so much familiarized that we feel his words also as something very familiar to us.
Continue. Continue.
In the tradition of the Hindu textbooks, the great rishis worked out the subtle ideas containing the crystallized truths into an easily digestible capsule called dharma. In the Upanishads, we have a complete picture of a teacher and a thought, painted with hasty strokes, unfinished, and rough in the Gita. On the
Hmm.
other hand, it is
Then,
being
then unfinished and rough, full stop. In the Gita,
in the Gita, on the other hand, it being a philosophical discourse embedded in the mythology of the nation, we find a finished picture palpitating with life against a scintillating situation wherein the same ancient truths have been reasserted.
Lord Krishna, read.
Okay. Lord Krishna is now made to repeat the Upanishadic truths in the context of a great conflict to serve his lifelong friend Arjuna, who is shown as seriously suffering from a total mental rupture. Therefore, we shall expect in the Gita a much more sympathetic explanation and guidance than when the same truths come out from the inspired saints who were not who were not as much in contact with the weaknesses of ordinary mortals. This glory of the Gita has been indicated here when the Sankalpa Vakya says that it is a conversation between the Lord and a mortal. This chapter is called by self-contradicting title. It is named as the Yoga of Arjuna's grief. If grief could be yoga, almost all of us, without a choice, are already yogins. in the in the commentary of this chapter, I indicated that Arjuna, condition of utter despair, is the auspicious mental attitude wherein the Gita seeds are to be sown and the flowers of Krishna perfection gathered. Be it in an individual or a society, in a community or a nation, religion and philosophy will be in demand only when the heart has come to experience the Arjuna grief. To the extent that the world of today has felt its incompetence to face the battle of life, not daring to destroy their near and dear values of economic expansion and industrial lust. To that extent, it is fit for listening to the message of the Gita. Just as the act of cooking by itself is not fulfilled without the eating that follows, so also, in spite of the best that may be available in life, a sense of incompleteness is felt and a deep hunger to gain a better awareness and a fuller existence in the world is experienced. The spiritual texts cannot,
The
in
scriptures,
themselves, help
scripture,
anyone.
scriptural text.
Sorry, the scriptural texts cannot in themselves help anyone. Since this mental condition is so unavoidable before the actual yoga is started, even the initial mental condition is called by a wishful anticipation as yoga. For learning and living the Gita, the Arjuna condition is the initial sadhana.
अरे वाह.
Om, 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 Om. Om
So we
Tat
are all,
Saditi.
oh, so we
Srimad
are,
Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayah.
so according to Gurudev, we are all yogins. सब योगी, अर्जुन योगा तो है. प्री रिक्विजिट क्वालिफिकेशन तो है अपने पास. ग्रेजुएशन हो गए हम, अभी पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के लिए जाने का. So all these conditions which are there, which is explained there, is very, self-explanatory. So कुछ बोलने का नहीं है, क्या बोलेंगे? Hmm? And basically Krishna ने क्या किया है? He has taken the gist of all the Upanishads and he has totally, brought it in such a beautiful way and told to Arjuna. है ना? And therefore this Bhagavad Gita is considered as the purest and the best of all the scriptures available in the world. For what reason? That these other scriptures, the text or whatever it has been given by the prophets. But here Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Lord himself is giving it. ईश्वराच्या मुखातनं जे शब्द बाहेर पडले तेच आपल्या मुखात येतात, त्याच्यातच आपल्या अर्धी मुक्ती आहे. Okay ना? Anyone has to add anything? Others will go to. या उधर अपने भगवत गुरुजी का भगवत गीता रखा है. हाँ, गुरुदेव का रखा है. ये सेम गीता विच इज देयर. हाँ, yeah, absolutely. And there is no question which is not answered in the Bhagavad Gita. You name it and it is there in the Gita. And it's not only me. Thousands of scholars and millions, lakhs of people who have gone through it. They are saying that there is no other book which is parallel to, nor even in the vicinity. And we are so lucky to study it. We should have done it long back, यार. Anyway, टाइम का आना चाहिए. 10 साल पहले शुरू शुरू करते तो आज तक ये गीता हो जाता था, है ना? थोड़ा जो है वो है.
Sir, Parvati Amma was telling that when Gurudev was traveling everywhere, and he had said that every hotel should have a copy of this
Yes,
Bhagavad
yes,
Gita.
yes. We had given it
So
to all the. That was
yes,
in 85.
yes. So
All the 5-star hotels, na, or 7-star hotels, like what is that?
Taj and
Taj
all
Hotel.
these people.
Therefore, this particular mic, if you see my Bhagavad Gita, this one, this has a golden this thing at the cover, and all this the thing is not a small regular one, or it is totally gold. Abhi gaya ho in 50 years, but this was in gold. we finish it.
Yes.
Uh,
So when the receptionist had told, sir, everyone would steal it or just take it away for free.
uh,
So Gurudev said, that's exactly what I want. I want Bhagavad Gita in each and every house of in India and all around the world. If we can keep Bible and other religious texts, why not keep this? So please
Gita.
go ahead and keep it for free.
Yeah.
So that's what Amma was telling.
3 years back, our Chinmay mission has then done the same thing, kept it for free. All
We had
chapters.
this 30 circulated about 3 4 years back before
Yeah.
Corona. About
Yeah.
thousands copies we had distributed in the free of cost.
All
And
chapters separately and Holy Gita.
उलट आपने होली गीता नाही चॅप्टर सेपरेटली पण दिलं होतं माहित नाही होली
हा.
गीता मला आठवतंय की अद्वैतानंदाच्या यज्ञाला
The
आपण ते
Holy Gita PDF is available even now. I mean, for those who want,
हा you
It's there on
Share it,
Google Play Books.
share it
oh,
on our group,
share
na?
it on WhatsApp, share it on the group na. So
So
many because like Dhanalakshmi and all those who don't have the Bhagavad Gita they can at least. But I will
Nishkala.
suggest I will just suggest you as far as possible please get the Gita.
yes, yes,
It will not
that
go
is
waste.
there. But those who don't have or
Yeah,
those
yeah,
who are not accessible
yeah,
to procure the hard copy can
yeah,
always use it
yeah, yeah.
on
You
Google.
just post it on the group. People will refer it to it. Hmm?
Yes.
Useful for me.
Like Chaitali, why should I take 2 books?
Yes, I would prefer the PDF format.
Yeah, so she'll share it with you. Huh? Okay,
I'll share the link and you can probably download it from there.
okay. Right.
Yeah, sure.
I,
Thank you.
I, I, I
Huh?
I want to talk to.
बोल ना.
See, one is, yeah, you spoke about the Gita in the hotels. In 99, I had been to Tirupati. I stayed in a hotel below, and there in that room, I could read the Holy Gita. It was
अरे
available there.
oh
And
So nice.
second thing, what just now Divya mentioned, na, I'm not in Pune, so I am sharing the same PDF. But unfortunately, in that PDF, there is no Sanskrit verses. It is
oh
only English. So I have got it right now. I'll share it immediately.
okay. Yes, please share. Right. Very good.
I don't know if Divya remembers or no. Guptaji's house once we had gone for Bhiksha and Brahmaji was there that time. And Divya asked a question, can we have a picture or an idol of meditating Shiva at home? Divya, you remember?
Yes, yes.
So his this thing was people ask me this whether we can have the Gita picture where Krishna, it is in the warlike picture at home. Whether we can have meditating Shiva at home. I don't understand what harm it does. People can have Kali Mata ka photo at home where she
Yeah.
is annihilating everybody. But a silent Shiva who is meditating, they don't want to keep. They see the war behind the Gita, but they don't see Bhagwan who is giving the Upadesh over there, and that has to be there at home. So I was remembering that when you told to see the DP, no?
Hey, yeah,
That time,
yeah.
yeah. So the Divya's question, it was, and Brahmaji answered, which I can remember vividly.
So,
अरे
I do have a meditating Shiva idol at home, and that's exactly why I got a meditating Shiva idol at home, and also a meditating Shiva is in the kitchen. So I remember every time Brahmaji says anything, why not? So I said, why not? Why not is not a question. The thing is, why should I not have it?
oh right.
So I have both the images at home.
म्हणायचे तो कोणाचे आहेत?
Mine first.
केलं का तयार झालीस नसेल तर
थोडस
पुढच्या
थोडंफार.
नाही नसेल तर पुढच्या घे डोंट नो नो हरी इफ यू वॉन्ट टाइम टेक टाइम विल टेक इट नेक्स्ट टाइम आज इट इज 6:15
Okay.
विल टेक इट
Next
नेक्स्ट
time.
टाइम आणि सेकंड वॉज कोणाचं होतं
Vijucha.
It was me, sir.
हा टेक इट नेक्स्ट टाइम टेक हा आणि हा फॉर नेक्स्ट टाइम होमवर्क फॉर एव्हरीबडी फर्स्ट स्टँडर्स प्लीज रीडिंग टेक आउट युअर नोट्स देर विल बी युअर ओन नोट्स and see what you can follow from that. Ask questions, you speak. कारण काय otherwise ते काय लेक्चर नाही रे. It should be now in this forum study group. It should be loud thinking by each one of us. Let the thoughts come out. Then you will feel the Gita is nearer to the heart. Otherwise काय ग्रुप मध्ये कोणतरी बोलतंय काहीतरी चाललंय it is going on. Let it be a part and parcel of our life, no Gita. नेमकं गीता नाही आहे ना ते सर्व सांगितलं. Then those who are not coming, please tell them to come. In any way, आता नारायण said would come. Then I स्वामी बोला join करते हैं, और कौन बोला? And also see, also Divya and Archana and Ravi, as far as possible, call up everyone you know, all ammas, everyone, and ask them to come for the function on 8th May. हाँ, those
Yes, sir.
सबको बोलो यार. Let us make it a grand function this time. 75th year है, let us see. है ना, हॉल भी लिया इतना 15-16 हजार रुपए खर्चे करके. Let it be a big one. Okay, Divya, you
What
tell
is that
everything.
function about?
Yes, sir.
Maybe I
Is
missed out.
Divya, the function is our Gurudev is na Swami Chinmayananda. His birthday is there on 8th May. So
Okay.
उनका जन्मोत्सव का celebration है. So that is going to be there in Curve Road on 8th of May from 7 to 8:30. There will be some puja, then there will be some bhajans, then there will some be experiences with Gurudev, shared experiences, and then we'll conclude it Aarti and Prasad. About 1.5 hours program will be there. So we are inviting everybody to come there on that day. Ramakant, where are you now?
I am right now in Bangalore, but on 6th I will be reaching Pune.
Okay.
So 8th I will be going to work, but I will come to the function.
Okay, fine.
Why is it the 75th, you said? Birthday?
Of the Chinmay
75th
movement.
year of
75th
Chinmay Mission.
Chinmay mission
Amrit
is
Mahotsav of Chinmay Mission.
Okay.
19,
Starting,
1951,
starting from 31st of
1951 109th. Divya, you also tell people from your area. Let
Yes,
them
sir.
come as
I have
well.
told them. I have
Yeah,
told them they'll try to come, but
let them
I cannot
add.
commit.
October.
I
Then
have a
again,
suggestion, sir. In Times of India or Pune Times, they have a free advertisement का slot. छोटा
हाँ,
ही रहता है.
हाँ.
So once our pamphlet is ready, we can just give it. I don't know anyone in working in the press, but if you know anyone, or if we or anyone can go to Arodatas and give it to them,
Ask Swami. Ask
हाँ,
they,
Swami.
so they can have it published in that paper.
yeah,
छोटा
Ravi.
सा ही सही.
In this और महाराष्ट्र अपना Times of India में देने करेगी.
So they can insert that, and we can have that.
The same thing was Divya just translated yesterday. You can forward that also. In English दिया था ना, वही forward कर दे.
नहीं, English, that is a good thing, but image attracts more, sir, rather
वो
than
ठीक है.
only text.
Ravi will see what to do. हाँ,
हाँ.
देख उतना करने के. And we'll discuss it in detail on Sunday when you meet. We all are meeting on Sunday at 4 o'clock. हाँ, अभी दूसरे नंदू को भी आ रहा है. तबला नहीं है शायद, तबला का मालूम नहीं है.
सर तबला चाहिए तो मैं पूछती हूँ किसी को है क्या यहाँ पे, पहचान के हैं 2-3 लोग. आई कैन आस्क देम.
हाँ, तो यहाँ तो
अपना चिन्मय नाद बिंदु के स्टूडेंट्स भी है, वो लोग 2-3 लोग पुणे में हैं अभी. सो आई कैन आस्क देम.
I got Kai one tablet with me at home, so they know that they have just to come.
नहीं तो मैं उनको पूछती हूँ, अगर उनमें से वो बच्चों में से कोई पुणे में है
हाँ,
अभी,
हाँ,
तो मैं उनको पूछती हूँ कल आ सकते हो क्या प्रैक्टिस के लिए, एंड
हाँ,
दिल
sir.
कंपनी
Yeah.
ऑन 8th
अरे
आल्सो.
कल ही नहीं क्या प्रैक्टिस, संडे कल संडे. Okay, fine. हाँ, चलेगा. I will conclude. Who will take the pledge? I don't know. Will you take? ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. We stand.
We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly, the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities, give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat Hari Om.
हरि ओम.
Hariom.
We will meet next
Hariom.
time. These
Hari
things
Om, Hari
happen.
Om.
These